I am about 3 hours short of 100 hours of use on my Husqvarna YTH22V46, and right now what I'm gonna do, grasses are already growing and getting ready to start cutting grass again. Not only am I 3 hours short of 100 hours, it's also seasonal maintenance time. I already cleaned up my headlights because they were looking pretty bad. I cleaned the air filter, but I think I'm going to replace it now because I do have a new one on hand. Even though the lawnmower's about 2.5 years old, the spark plugs that are on it, I mean, it still fires up. There's no real problems with it. If anything, I'll just clean up the spark plugs a little bit. I know a lot of people don't really clean up spark plugs. They just buy new ones and toss the old ones out, but you can clean these up with a wire brush. You just got to be careful doing it. Use a little brake cleaner, parts cleaner as well, to break up some of the carbon that's on the spark plug, or replace them with new ones, which I do have new ones. I just don't know that I'm going to change them right now. Going to change the oil filter. My fuel filter still looks pretty good, so I'm not going to change that out. I actually changed it out not too long ago, so that's good. I just put the mower deck back on the lawnmower. I took it off because I was using the mower for pulling an aerator and a dethatcher, and pulling the mower deck off of it made it a little bit lighter and easier to move. So I took it off. Now it's back on. But prior to making sure that the mower deck, since I just put the mower deck back on, the one thing I need to do first is ensure that the tires are inflated properly. And so on the front, they need to be inflated to 14 psi, and then in the back they need to be inflated to 10 psi. And you definitely want to make sure that they're all inflated properly. So I just cleaned this one. I used a wire brush and then used some parts cleaner to rinse it. And so now both spark plugs are cleaned, and I already put that one in. Now I'm going to put this one in. This is a 5/8 deep socket. Both spark plugs are done. I have a full tank of fresh fuel. I just checked the oil, and the oil was halfway up on the hash, between the hash marks on the dipstick, so that's good. I've greased the lube points on the front. You got one here and then one down inside the rim on both sides. There's one there, and the other one is right there on that side. Another spot that needs to be greased is on the bottom of the lawn tractor, and it's these teeth in this gear for your steering. You want to grease those up. And before you do this, you definitely want to make sure everything is clean first. Move the steering wheel back and forth. Just make sure the grease gets spread everywhere that it needs to be. Put a little bit more in this gear. I didn't show it, but prior to putting the mower deck on, I did lift the deck up and look at both blades, and it was probably this last fall that I replaced both blades, and I had to replace one of the spindles because it was cracked in 2 different spots. I know that the belt and the 2 blades are good on the mower deck, so that's all good. The only thing left to do with the mower deck, now that the tires are inflated properly, is make sure that the height adjustment is done in accordance with the Husqvarna user's manual. It outlines the procedures to follow to make sure that it's level left to right, and then also to make sure that you can adjust it properly with the adjusting handle. There may be some additional adjustments that may need to be made on it. Here's the old filter that I'm replacing, and the part number on it is 796031. I've had this in the mower for about a year, so it's time for that one to go. And I got a new one here, and the part number, or it's got multiple part numbers, but 796031 is one of the first part numbers, so it's the correct one. Although this one comes with a pre-cleaner that goes over the filter, unlike this one did not have it. So this will be the new one that goes on the lawnmower. It's a new filter with pre-cleaner, and the new one is a little tighter to put in, but goes in there. This is one thing on the mower that can be easily missed. You have to pull your battery out, and as you can see, especially for me, my lawn early in spring is got a lot of bald spots, so I end up kicking up a lot of dirt. But there is a fan down there to cool the mower, and if you have broken blades or it's completely caked, it may not work properly and damage your lawn tractor. So you will have to remove the battery with a 11mm socket and a ratchet to get the wires off, pull the battery out, and then look down inside. If it's all dirty, you need to clean it up to avoid any potential problems. Alright, it's all cleaned up inside there. This fan is for cooling the hydrostatic transmission. When you do clean this, since the battery is disconnected, you can reach down inside and rotate the fan around in order to get any dirt that may be in there. I normally wouldn't use water to clean this, but we've had so much rain and it's so humid that if I had used an air compressor, I would have just been moving sludge around. So I ended up using a hose to rinse it out. Can't get everything. You do want it to be as clean as possible. I'm not going to show it because I'm pretty sure I've seen enough videos about how to properly level a lawnmower, but for the Husqvarna YTH22V46, it's page 21 in your user's manual. Walks you through the steps on how to do it. Lights are definitely a lot cleaner. I don't know if you can see it, but there are some scuffs going across the light lenses because of hitting branches or bushes. But other than that, they look pretty good.